DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. I told you I was going to talk about this in this video. Here's the subject. If you cannot afford it, that's the exact reason why you need to figure out how to do it. If you cannot afford it, that's the exact reason why you need to go get the money so you can afford it. This is a follow-up to two things. First and most recently, the video that I did where I was talking about why you need to go to events, because I talk to a lot of people who say they want to go to events, but they don't have the money. Therefore, they don't go to events. And it's also a follow-up to the video I did where I said the excuse is the reason. Even though most people don't like to admit that they're making excuses. So you can call it your reason is your reason. Call it whatever the hell you want. You get what I'm saying. Here's the point. If you are in a situation where you want to do something that will make your life, your career, your relationship, your body, your fitness, your whatever better, you want to do it. You know you want to do it. But the reason that you're not doing it is because you don't have the money. Here's the mindset. This is the exact reason why you need to do whatever you need to do to go get that money. I know you don't have the money. That's exactly why you need to go do it. I know you can't afford it. That's the exact reason why you need to go get it. I know you're broke. That's the reason why you need to go get it. I know you're maxed out on your credit cards. That's the exact reason why you need to go get the money. Why is this? First of all, this is a concept I talked about in my book, Work on Your Game, and I'm sure I have videos on this and podcast episodes I've talked about this as well. We call this going over the top of the problem. See, the challenge that a lot of us have in life, this is a mindset challenge, is that when we come up against an objection, usually what most of us do most of the time and what most humans do all of their lives is we allow the objection to be the very thing that stops us from doing what we want to do, and we end up doing essentially nothing. For example, I don't have the money, so I'm not going to buy that thing. I want that thing. I need that thing. That thing will help my life, but I don't have the money, so I'm going to do nothing. And then when somebody asks me, hey, why didn't you do that thing? Oh, well, I don't have the money. And then we just accept that. Salespeople, myself included, we sometimes buy into this nonsense and allow people to give us some bullshit reason for not doing something, i.e. I don't have the money, when the very reason that they need to do it is because they don't have any money. All right, this is nonsense. Me as a salesperson, I even check myself on this. Anytime I go through sales training when someone else is teaching, we always talk about this stuff because the money objection is the main objection you get when you're in sales. I can't afford it. I don't have the money. My credit cards are maxed out. I'm broke, etc., etc. If you don't have the money, that's the very reason why you need to do it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to keep not having the money. When I was in network marketing many years ago, and people didn't have the money to make the initial investment to get into the opportunity, right? $250, $500, whatever. I remember one of my people who was training me, I saw them on a call with somebody who said they didn't have the money. And the person said to them, my trainer said, if you don't have $500 to make more money right now, you don't have $500 to make your life better, you don't have $500 to take advantage of this business opportunity that is in front of you right now, then that's the exact reason why you need to pull out all the stops to go get that $500 so you can stop having $500 problems. And they were 100% correct. And anytime you or I or any of us use money as a reason to not do something that we know we want to do, we need to flip that around and go over the top of the problem, not try to go around it, because how can you go around the problem of not having money? You don't want to go around that problem. You actually want to address that problem and say, you know what, because I don't have money, that's the exact reason why I need to go get the money so I can stop having the problem of not having money. Because if you allow not having money to be your reason to not do something, well, what you going to do next week when you need to do something and it costs money? What are you going to do in 6 months when you need to do something and it costs money? What are you going to do next year when you need to do something and it costs money? You're going to have the exact same excuse. And here's the problem with this, folks, because what most people do, they self-soothe, something that babies do, self-soothe, by giving themselves some rationalization that makes it okay. Oh, well, I don't have money now, Dre, but in 6 months, I'm going to keep working on it, and I'm going to go get a better job, or I'm going to get a raise, or I'm going to keep working on what I'm doing already, and then I'll have the money, and then I'll be able to do something for myself. Let me tell you why that's some bullshit. Reason number one is because the things that you're already doing got you in a position to where you don't have money. So clearly, if you keep doing the same things you're already doing, y'all fill in the rest of that sentence. You're going to keep getting the same things you've already been getting. In general, I've said this many times. I've said it so many times, I'm going to keep saying it. Human beings do not change. Usually, what we've been doing, we're going to keep doing them. Usually, the outcomes we've been getting, we're going to keep getting them. All right, the number one indicator of present and future performance is what? Past performance. If you want to know what somebody's future looks like, look at their present and look at their past. Usually it ain't changing. Why? Because people don't change. This is just facts, folks. This is just how human beings are. Any of you over the age of 30, go look up some of your friends from high school. Look them up on Facebook or wherever you find your friends from high school. Notice how they all pretty much the same. They just got older and uglier. Are the same people. People don't change. You don't change. For the most part, a lot of about you now is the same as it was 10 years ago. A lot of your positive traits are the same. A lot of your negative traits are the same. A lot of the bullshit you've been doing and saying to yourself ain't changed in 10 years. You know it and I know it. I don't even have to know you to know that. Tell me I'm right. People do not change, folks. If you want to change, you have to make actual change. I mean, you got to do something that takes you out of your comfort zone, something different than what you've normally been doing. If you have a problem of not being able to do X because you don't have money, you can't tell yourself, oh, well, I'll keep working on it, or I'm going to keep trying, or I just can't do it right now because this. I've heard it all. I've been in sales for a long time. So I got introduced to network marketing when I was in college, like 20 years ago. I've heard any excuse around money. I don't have the money. I don't have a job. I can't afford it for whatever reason. My family, we got debt. We got credit card debt. We want to get out of debt first before we do anything. I don't want to rush into a decision. It costs too much. I don't want to invest that much right now. And mind you, it's not that these are illegitimate reasons, depending on what the situation is, but all of these reasons / excuses that people have given me for not doing something financially, these are all people who the only reason we're even having our conversation is because their problem is they want to make more money. That's why it's bullshit. Now, if you come to me and you offer me, like, look, the Miami Heat arena is right in front of me, right? Where the Heat play a game. Somebody walked up to my window right now and said, Dre, hey, I got 2 tickets to the Heat game tonight. I'll sell them to you for $500 a piece. And I said to them, no, I'm just not interested in buying tickets to the Miami Heat game. And I don't even think going to a Miami Heat game is worth $500, which both of those I believe. But I'm not the Miami Heat's target customer at the same time, to be honest. And they said to me, well, Dre, that's the reason why you need to do it. If you don't want to invest $500, you don't think it's worth $500. No, it wouldn't work on me because I don't want, and I'm not interested in going to the Miami Heat game. I don't even like going to sporting games like that anyway. But if somebody came to me and said, hey, we're going to help you make more money in your business, or I said I wanted more help making money in my business, and somebody said, all right, well, here's how much it's going to cost. I can help you, and I believe they can help me. And then when it comes time to pay, I say, well, I don't have the money. They shouldn't buy that bullshit. And anytime I'm talking to somebody, if I buy that bullshit, I'm doing you a disservice as a salesperson. Why? Because you not having money was already a situation before you got into the conversation with me. You already knew you ain't have any money. You already knew you were broke. You already knew your credit cards are maxed out. You already knew you need a better job. You already knew your products are not selling. You already knew that everything you've been doing has gotten you to this point in your life. No matter how hard you work, no matter what you think you're going to do tomorrow, everything you've done up to this point has gotten you to this point in your life. So if you get out of a conversation with me about making more money and you say, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and then hopefully I'll be in a position to where I can pay you even though I wasn't in that position today, how does that even make sense? It's a trick question. It doesn't make sense because what you've been doing is what led you to getting what you got. So how you going to get more? You don't even know what the hell you're doing. You're not. Nothing's going to change. You're going to be the exact same person in 6 months that you were 6 minutes ago. Why? Because nothing changed about your approach. You didn't have money. So anytime any of you is using this whole I don't have money thing as a reason to do something, not do something rather, you need to catch yourself. You need to check yourself. And the next time you come across a person like me who understands human psychology and has had sales training, some people more than me, maybe some people a little bit less, don't be mad at them when they challenge you on your bullshit. That's what they're supposed to do. Somebody challenges me on my bullshit, I appreciate it. I might be uncomfortable in a moment, but in the long run, I will appreciate them for doing that. And because I need to hear it. I need to be challenged on my bullshit. And a lot of you, main reason why you're not getting to where you want to go is because nobody has challenged you on your bullshit. You have done a great job of selling yourself on that bullshit, and you keep selling yourself every single day. And here's the problem with selling yourself on your bullshit is that eventually you run out of time. Every human being dies. Any of you been to a funeral before? You know that they're real, right? You know that no human being lives forever. Meaning, all the stuff that you're talking about doing, thinking about doing, planning about doing, writing on your vision board, etc., you don't have unlimited time to get to it. Meaning, every time you sell yourself on some bullshit of, well, I don't have the money, so I'm not going to do this thing that's going to help advance me. How is that helping you get to where you want to get to? That's a question you need to be asking yourself. Now, again, whatever salesperson you're talking to should be helping you have this conversation by asking you the same question I'm asking, but you should be asking yourself this question. How is that bullshit helping you get to where you want to get to? I don't have the money. I've talked to so many people, I don't even need to think of a specific situation. I talked to someone and said, well, I want to go to this event, that event, this event, your event, Dre, but I don't have the money. I know you don't have the money. That's why you need to come. Because see, if you came to my event, you're going to get access, information, and insights that will allow you to go do the things that you need to do that you're not doing right now because you don't have the information or the insights or the access. That's why you can't do it right now. You come to my event, you will be empowered to do the things, then you'll have money. Then next time the event comes around, you will not have the same problem next year that you had this year of not having the money. Let me check you all on something. If you have a problem right now that you also had last year, then you have an issue. And the issue is not the problem. The problem is not the issue. The problem is just a symptom. It's like if you keep getting a runny nose and coughing and you're sneezing, the problem is not that you have a runny nose, coughing, and sneezing. The problem is you don't have a coat and it's 30 degrees outside and you're going outside every day with a hoodie on and you're wondering why you keep getting sick. See, the problem is not that you're getting sick. The problem is you're going outside with a hoodie on. See, we got to get to the root of the issue. If you have a money problem now that you had last year, that's because when you had an opportunity to solve that money problem, you sold yourself on a bullshit excuse that I don't have the money, so I'm not going to solve the money problem. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's like somebody's walking around every day with a hoodie on and they keep getting sick because they live in New York and it's 20 degrees outside and they keep getting sick. And somebody says, well, why don't you buy a coat? Well, I'm not going to buy a coat because I'm sick already. No, dummy. The reason that you keep getting sick is because you don't have a coat. You need to fix the root problem so that you stop getting the symptoms. Everybody get what I'm saying here? And I'm talking about money here because this is an emotional topic for a lot of people. It's a very uncomfortable topic for a lot of people. And it's the reason, it's one of the main things that keeps people from moving forward because people are unwilling to part with their money when it comes time to invest in information, access, and insights, and assets, things that will put money in your pocket. Information and access become assets because they will put money in your pocket when you're getting the right information and the right access to the right people who have the right insights and the right experiences. This is why you go to events. This is why you hire coaches. This is why you join coaching programs. This is why you sign up for courses. This is the reason why you do these things. And you notice that all the people who you know or know of who are playing the game at a higher level than you, they do these things on a regular basis. Is it because they have a whole bunch of money? No. It's because they do it, they have a whole bunch of money. So, which means this, let's back up, because I'm sure you've heard maybe somebody use that metaphor before. Let me go a little bit deeper. Every single person who you know of who's playing the game at a higher level than you has been in a position that you're in right now, where they needed to do something to help themselves make more money, but they didn't have the money to do it. They could not afford to invest. The difference between them and you is when they couldn't afford to invest, they told themselves, that's the exact reason why I need to invest. Or somebody told them, hey, that's the exact reason why you need to invest. And instead of overpowering that smart idea with their own logical bullshit, they listened to what they were told or what they told themselves. Instead of going back to their old story, they picked up a new story. I can't afford $500 to go to this event, so you know what? That's the exact reason why I need to go borrow $500 to go to this event so I can stop having $500 problems. And now they don't have $500 problems anymore. You got a $500 problem or a $5,000 problem or a $10,000 problem, and that's why you didn't sign up for that coaching program, or you didn't buy that ticket, or you didn't get into that mastermind, or you didn't do that thing that's going to help you make money. You know who you are. If you didn't do that because you didn't have the money, that's the exact reason why you need to do it, so you can stop having that problem, so you can get yourself better problems in life. Y'all know this Biggie song, more money, more problems. All right, it's a real thing. The more money you make, and Big said the more money you make, the more problems you get. What he should have said, I'll explain it better than Big, is that the more money you make, the higher quality problems that you have. This is the thing, folks. You shouldn't have the same problems now that you had 3 years ago. You should have problems, just different problems. They should be higher quality problems. If you had $500 problems 3 years ago, you should not still have $500 problems now. You had a $100 problem last year, you shouldn't have a $100 problem now. You had a I can't invest in coaching program problem last year, you should not have that same problem this year. Not because I'm necessarily judging that you should be making more money because you got older. Theoretically, We all want to make more money as we get older because we have more experience, more knowledge. We should be able to get better and produce more, right? But that's not the reason why. That's not the reason why. Let me tell you what the reason is. The reason is a year older, you should have a year's worth of more insights and ideas and a higher level thought process, so that if you use the excuse last year, I'm not going to do this because I can't afford it, even though I know I need it. That's the important part. I know I need it, but I can't afford it, so I'm not going to do it. You said that to yourself last year. You shouldn't be saying that to yourself again this year, because you should understand what I'm explaining to you here in this video. To where if you tell yourself I can't afford something, you need to flip that around and say, you know what, that's the exact reason why I need to do it. Let me figure out how to do that, so I can stop telling myself the same story, so I can stop living Groundhog Day in my life of every time I come up against something financially, I tell myself, well, I can't afford it, then I do nothing. Now you're in the same spot and you're living the same life, and it's 10 years later and you are like your high school classmates, older and uglier, but the exact same person. Everybody follow what I'm saying here? So if you catch yourself not having the money, that's the exact reason why you need to go get the money, because otherwise you're going to keep being in the same spot of not having the money. And again, go to your favorite expert, your favorite mentor, your favorite person who is doing business, or they got money, or whatever it is about them that you look up to. Guarantee, look through their material. You don't even have to ask them, because I guarantee they have material out there talking about this. Guarantee. They've all been in situations. Myself, your favorite person, if you're an influencer or creator or something out there, you've been in this situation, and you should make a video talking about it, where you wanted to do something financially to help move yourself forward, but you could not afford it. And instead of telling yourself the bullshit that 99% of people tell themselves, well, I can't afford it, and then do nothing, you flipped it around and say, you know what, I can't afford it, but damn it, if I can't afford it now, how am I going to afford it in 5 years? Let me go figure out a way to afford this so I can stop having this problem. And because you did that, you put yourself in a different mental state. You got into a different energy. You got information access, which led to assets. You did something different, and then you kept doing it, and you kept leveling up, and now here you are, and now you can give the game back to other people. So this is why I said in the previous video, and I say it here, every influencer I talk to, or I hear of, or hear from, who talks of any level of business, anything that involves money on any level, mentions what I'm talking about here, but nobody ever goes deep and really goes at the thing. Nobody really goes at it. I never heard somebody really go at it and just talk about it directly and cleanly without kind of stepping around it. I don't like stepping around shit. I like going straight into it. So that's why I made this video. That your excuse of not having money is the exact reason why you need to go get the money. Because if you don't do it, what's going to change? We know the answer. Nothing's going to change. And miss me with the bullshit of I'm just going to work harder, or I'm going to try more on my own, or I just can't do it because we're in debt. I can't do it because I'm broke. I can't do it because, yeah, I know. How is any of that going to change if you do nothing right now? If you don't do anything to change your situation, then the situation doesn't change. I mean, it's a circular reasoning that people give themselves, and because it's emotional, people don't even notice that they're bullshitting themselves. But that's where somebody like myself comes in. That's why I made this video. With all that said, I want you to text me if you're still with me here. If I didn't offend you enough, or I didn't offend you so much that you stopped listening, I want you to text me and tell me that you got something valuable out of this video. Here's my number, 305-384-6894. Text me. You will also get my daily motivation that I send out for free every morning. Secondly, you want to work with me directly. If you want to become the type of person, first of all, if you are the type of person who stops bullshitting yourself about I don't have the money and allowing that to be an excuse. And secondly, you want to be the type of person who has built up your posture, and you've done your things enough to where you could turn around and tell other people the same thing that I just told you. You want to build your business up and your position up to where you can tell people that? Come to Work on Your Game University. Work with me directly. That's my coaching program. And somebody had sent me a message. I think I said this in the last video. I spoke somewhere and she said, I just want to see what your options are for programs. And I said to her, ain't no options. There's one option. Work on Your Game University. All right. There are no options. There's one option. Is Work on Your Game University. Well, you can text me. You get my daily motivation text. But if a text message could change the world, then I wouldn't be making this video. I'd just send you text messages. It's much easier. All right. Text message is not going to change your life. It will get us connected, and you'll get a message every day that's going to get you focused, sharp, and on point. Guaranteed for me. I'm writing them. But can you change your life with a text message? No. So I guess technically you do have options. You can do nothing. And your other option is you can do something. And the something is workonyourgameuniversity.com. That link is down below in the description as well. Everybody have a great day. Work on your game. Dre all day.